Yeah, it's not like after a hard workout or when you haven't slept deeper, this like mental emotional weariness, it just hangs around. So what if that feeling isn't actually about being tired from living your life? What if it's from, well, running away from it? That's the, well, pretty unsettling idea we're really diving into. We're not talking physical running, obviously. It's this unseen marathon, avoid, a pattern most of us, honestly, are probably caught in without even noticing. So our mission today, let's pull back the curtain on, explore the hidden cost, and figure out what happens when you finally maybe stop. We're using some really powerful insights from the YouTube channel Night Drive, specifically their video, Your Life Changes the Moment You Stop Running. So, well, a really unique angle.
Yeah, it's truly fascinating, isn't it, how widespread this pattern, and yet how often we get it wrong. We think it's ambition or just, productive and busy, but like the source says, it's often this deep evasion slowly drains our energy presence. We'll try to unmask subtle ways. It really impacts daily relationships, sense of self, all of it.
Okay, let's unpack this then. What exactly is this running we're talking about? Because it's subtle, right? It's not usually some big dramatic sprint away from a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
The source calls it quiet, insidious even. Think of it less like physically escaping and more like internally dodging discomfort or truth, or maybe just being present. It's this constant movement away from right now. Just take a second, maybe reflect. Is there a part of you listening right now that's already like planning the next scroll, the next task, the next little escape? The video gives some really sharp examples, like you run from real connection by constantly checking your phone.
Right.
Or you run from tough conversations by just staying busy, filling every single gap.
Always something else to do.
Exactly. You run from your potential by, well, staying comfortable, playing it safe. And maybe the most relatable one, running from actual feelings by just staying distracted endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And we even wrap it up nicely, don't we? Call it being practical or responsible or, waiting for the right time.
Right, the justification.
But underneath.
It's avoidance.
And that internal disguise, it's so potent because it tricks us. We think we're managing everything just fine. But your body knows. Your mind knows it too. That restlessness, that like background hum of anxiety that follows you around even when things are quiet, that's not always ambition driving you. It could be the exhaustion, the very specific exhaustion of someone running in place for so long they've, forgotten what stillness even feels.
Like it just becomes the default state. Exact. The running is so ingrained, it's automatic. It just feels like living. And what's really revealing here, what the source calls the brutal truth, is that once you really see this pattern in yourself, really see it, that awareness is going to do one of two things. It'll either terrify you or it'll completely set you. There's not much middle ground there.
Wow.
Yeah. It forces you to face that you're often pouring huge amounts of energy into avoiding the very things, the challenges, the feelings, the vulnerabilities that actually hold the key to growth, to real joy.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
It is a difficult truth, but an essential one if you want to change things.
Okay, so here's where it gets really, really interesting for me. This chronic running state, it actually messes with your nervous system, like physically. The source talks about how it keeps us stuck in this low-level, constant threat response.
Right, like a hum underneath everything.
Yeah, it's not always, a full-blown panic attack, but it's enough to make everything feel urgent, but somehow nothing feels truly important. You're always behind, always catching up, always thinking about the next thing instead of just being in this thing.
Playing catch up.
It's like your internal alarm system is just stuck on high alert, always scanning for the exit or the next distraction.
And if we connect that to sort of the bigger neurological picture, your brain literally gets locked in what scientists call threat detection mode.
Threat detection mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Your amygdala, that's the ancient alarm system way back in the brain, is just constantly scanning what's wrong, what's missing, what needs fixing, or crucially, what do I need to avoid?
Ah, the avoidance part again.
Exactly. And here's the critical thing. When you're operating from that survival state, the more evolved pulse of your brain, like the prefrontal cortex.
Right, the thinking part.
The part responsible for creativity, planning, deep connection, calm decision. It's significantly less accessible. You basically can't get to it. So you end up reacting to life from this primitive reactive core instead of thoughtfully creating your experience.
You're just reacting, not responding.
Precisely. And this raises a really important point. Your brain, it doesn't really know the difference between running from an actual tiger.
Right, a real thing.
And running from an uncomfortable thought or a feeling you don't like. The stress response in your body, the adrenaline, the cortisol, the narrow focus, it's remarkably similar.
Wow.
The exhaustion feels the same. The tunnel vision is the same. But here's the kicker. Unlike our ancestors facing actual, saber-toothed tigers, we're often running from internal stuff that isn't actually like boredom or uncertain or vulnerability or just the quiet space to feel sad.
Things that won't actually kill us.
Yeah, right. but the body reacts as if they might. And this constant low-level, unacknowledged avoidance, it takes a huge toll over time. It has this cumulative cost.
And it really does cost so much more than just like feeling tired, doesn't it? The source puts it so powerfully. It costs you your actual life force, your creativity, your ability to connect deep with anyone or anything. Think about it. If you're always moving, always looking for the escape hatch, you can only ever really skim the surface, right? You might taste joy, but you don't fully savor it because part of you is already worried it'll end or planning the next thing.
Bracing yourself.
Yeah. And you avoid deep sadness thinking it'll overwhelm you, but maybe that's where release is. You miss the wisdom anger might have about your boundaries. You run from fear, thinking it's weakness, but maybe it's just pointing to what you care about.
That's a great point. Emotions as information.
Exactly. The source talks about emotions like an internal GPS. They're trying to guide us.
Yeah.
But if we're running, it's like we're driving with our eyes shut tight, wondering why we feel so lost.
Constantly overriding the system.
Constantly. And this has got to affect our relationships too, right? I mean, how can you really see someone or hear them or connect if part of you is always mentally checking out, looking for the door, planning the next distraction?
It's impossible. True connection requires presence.
Yeah. And how do you build deep intimacy if you're terrified of being vulnerable, of getting hurt?
You can't. People feel it, you know? Even if they can't name it, they sense when you're not fully there, when you're holding back.
Like there's an invisible wall.
Exactly. An invisible barrier created by that internal escape plan that's always running in the background.
Okay, so where does this leave us? What does it all mean? The really liberating kind of upside down truth from the source is this. The answer is to just stop running.
Simple, but not easy.
Definitely not easy. And let's be super clear. This isn't about becoming passive. It's not giving up on goals or growth. Not at all. It's actually the opposite. It's about learning to be fully present with whatever is right now, instead of constantly escaping to what might be or what you wish things were.
It's a fundamental shift.
A total recalibration of how you engage with your own life.
And what's really fascinating here is this idea the source calls brave stillness.
Brave stillness. I like that.
Yeah. It's not emptiness. It's not a void. It's actually an active, intentional state. It's where your power. Brave stillness means being willing to just sit with whatever comes up. Comfort, joy, boredom, uncertainty, without that immediate reflex to fix it, push it away, or distract yourself.
Just letting it be there.
Letting it be. Having the courage to handle uncertainty without inventing some false urgency. Having the strength to just be bored for a minute without instantly grabbing your phone.
Which is so hard these days.
It really is. And that's why things like meditation can feel so difficult at first, right? Or why complete silence, heavy, almost threatening. We've basically trained our nervous systems, often without realizing it, to equate stillness and the feelings that surface in it with some kind of danger. It takes real bravery to retrain that response.
So when you start to actually do that, embrace this brave stillness, the shift is huge. It's transformative. The source says, the moment you stop running from your life, you actually start living it.
That's the core of it.
You start noticing things, little things, big things that you were just too busy or too distracted to see before. You start actually feeling the emotions you were maybe too scared to even acknowledge. You start thinking the thoughts you never gave yourself space.
You build a new relationship with discomfort.
Yeah. You gradually teach your nervous system, hey, stillness isn't dangerous. It's okay. It's safe. It's actually where strength from.
And you realize your capacity for just being present is way bigger than you thought.
So much bigger.
But this raises the important question, right? For anyone listening thinking, okay, but how? How do we even start this?
Yeah, the practical steps.
The source is really wise here. It suggests starting incredibly small, tiny steps. It's not about, suddenly becoming a Zen master tomorrow.
Right, thank goodness.
Maybe it's as simple as sitting with your morning coffee for, say, 2 minutes, just 2, without automatically reaching for your phone.
Okay, doable.
Or consciously deciding to finish one task completely, see it through, before letting yourself jump to the next shiny object. Or maybe just taking 3 deep breaths, slow, intentional breath, before reacting when something pushes your buttons.
Instead of that knee-jerk reaction.
Exactly. The goal isn't perfection right away. It's about consistently proving to yourself through these small, deliberate actions that you can handle being present. You can handle your own life, even the messy bits, even the boring bits.
You're rebuilding trust.
You're rebuilding trust in your own capacity for presence. Yeah.
And when you commit to this, when you actually consciously try to stop running, the change is profound. You stop just being busy, and you start being genuinely productive. Like your actions start aligning with what actually matters.
Purposeful action.
Yeah. You stop being so reactive, always putting out fires, and you start being more responsive, making deliberate choices from a calmer place. You stop feeling so scattered, pulled everywhere, and you start feeling more focused, centered.
It's like accessing a different operating system.
Totally. Like it was there all along, but you were just too busy hitting escape to notice.
And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, something really does shift, almost at a, well, maybe even a cellular level. Your nervous system starts to remember what calm action, what safe. Your mind starts to trust, okay, I can handle whatever comes up, even the tough stuff. And what's really interesting is other people notice. They feel the difference.
Not because you're trying to be different.
No, not because you're putting on a show, but because you're finally genuinely present. You're real. So your relationships deepen because you're connecting authentic, not through distraction. Your work gets better focused because it's driven by purpose, not just avoidance. Your decisions become wiser because they come from awareness, not just fear.
Okay, but let's be real here for a second. Stopping the running, it sounds terrifying at first.
Oh, absolutely. It is.
Because when you stop moving, you have to face whatever you were running from.
Silence gets loud.
Yeah. And for a lot of us, that's a lot. Neglected relationships, maybe. Dreams you keep putting off again and again.
Or grief you never process. Anger you swallow. Fears you just numbed out.
Yeah, all the stuff we get really good at numbing. It's honestly easier sometimes just to stay busy, stay in motion, than to get quiet and honest.
It is. The motion feels safer in it. But what's really empowering here, what the source insists on, is that the things you're running from, they aren't nearly as scary as the running itself.
Say more about that.
Well, think about the sheer energy it takes to constantly avoid your life. That is far more exhausting day in and day out than actually living it. The fear of feeling something difficult, that constant low-level dread, it's often worse, more draining than the actual experience of feeling it, processing it, and letting it move.
So the avoidance is more costly than the thing being...
In the long run, absolutely. And on the other side of that initial, formidable fear, your actual life.
Your actual life.
Your authentic life, not some perfect, easy fantasy life, but the real, rich, complex, sometimes difficult, but profoundly meaningful life you're waiting to up.
So here it is then, the invitation. The core message maybe from this whole deep dive. Stop running. Not like forever starting today, not perfect, but just right now, in this moment. Stop planning the next escape. Stop rehearsing the next performance for some audience that doesn't exist. Stop prepping for some future better version of your life. And instead, just choose to live this one, the one happening right now all around you.
It's about arriving in the present.
Yes, because reaching for that imaginary finish line, it's making you miss the actual race, the living part. Your life isn't happening tomorrow. Or when you finally get that promotion or lose the weight or figure everything out, it's happening right now, this breath, this moment. And if you're always running towards something else, you're missing it, the whole thing.
And this raises a really powerful final question for you, the listener, to consider. You don't have to earn the right to stop running. Think about that. You don't need to be perfect first. You don't need to have all the answers figured out. You just have to be willing to be here with yourself, with your life as it is, with whatever comes up, the good, the bad, the messy, the beautiful.
Yeah, willingness. That's the case.
That willingness is everything.
And when you find that willingness, when you finally stop the endless running and truly start arriving, everything changes. Not because the world magically transforms, right? But because you become truly present to the world that was always there, waiting, just waiting. So maybe the thought to leave you with is this. Your life isn't a problem you need to solve. It's an experience you get to live. What will you do today, even one small thing, to stop running from showing